Hi, this is Mike Leahy at Book Up, and in this very short video we're going to show you how to create a new repertoire ebook in Chess Openings Wizard. In this video I'm using Chess Openings Wizard Express, the latest version, and to start the program I'll double click on it. When your program comes up it might have open ebooks, but I just have the main window and a list of open ebooks and there are none listed currently. What I'll do now is click on I'll click on Create a New Ebook. The first thing I'll do is create a brand new one with nothing in it. And since this is my white repertoire, I'll call the ebook My White Repertoire. Original enough. And I'll resize that a little bit so you can see everything I'm doing on the screen. Maybe I'll put that over there a little bit. There we go. So I've got my comments area, I've got the past moves, nothing's been played yet, there are no positions in this book, and this will be the list of candidate moves right here. You'll see what that means in just a moment. What I'll do now is go back and open an existing book. The book I'm going to open is the opening guide. I'll double click on that one. It's one of the sample files that comes with all versions of Chess Openings Wizard. Once it's up and running, I'll leave it off to the right side. Now this particular book, I'll ask about this ebook. This particular ebook has 4,464 positions in it on all kinds of openings, and that's what I'll use to try to carve out an opening repertoire. If I'm a beginner, this is definitely the way to go. So over here in my ebook that has nothing in it, I've decided I'm going to play E4, just like Bobby Fischer. And now I want to be ready for some of the alternatives. The first one I'll tackle is the French. So what if I don't know what happens in the French? Let's go over here to this ebook and play E4. And play E6, which is the start of the French. I'll have to scroll down a little bit. There we go. E6. And it says here, white usually plays D4. Okay, that's what I'll play. So I'll go back to my book and I'll put in D4. After E6, of course. Let me play E6, I'm sorry. D4. Come back to this book and say, okay, if I do play D4, typically black is going to play either D5 or C5. At this point, I might want to handle both of those variations. I might come across players that do play C5. So I'm going to go over and put in D5 and C5. I come back to my book and I'll put in D5. Now I need to back up one ply, that's this button here, and put in C5. And go forward, or go back again, I'm sorry. And from here I can see I've got a list of moves. D5 and C5 are now in my book. Those are two moves I need to be prepared for as white. Most of the time French players will play D5. Again, what should I play here? I'll go back here for recommendations. After D5, Knight C3, which is normally it could be the win hour or classical systems. Knight D2, I forget the name of Knight D2. I'm losing here. E5, the advanced variation, and exchange variation. I don't know, I would just play Knight D2 and find out what it's called. It's called the Tarrasch variation. Very good. But I've decided to play Knight C3. So after Knight C3 I have to be ready for a number of moves. Bishop B4, the win hour system, and Knight F6, the more classical. I come over here and put those moves in. If I play Knight C3, the moves I have to be ready for are Bishop B4, and then back up again, and I have to be ready for Knight F6. Anything else I need to be ready for? Come over here and scroll down a little bit. Some players will try to take on E4. It's actually a little bit good for me, that's what this symbol means, but I'll be prepared for that too. So I'll be prepared for, take back Knight F6 for a second, I'll be prepared for D takes E4 and back up. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I am being prepared for all these different moves. The win hour, the classical, and so on. So I'm starting to build a repertoire, taking suggestions from the much larger book, the opening guide. And so you've seen some of the controls in the new Chess Openings Wizard. If you're just starting out with a program, this was a great video to watch, or maybe watch again. And this is a good way to start a new repertoire. Open a brand new book and start bringing in moves from your ebooks, books from your paper books, your magazines, stuff you find online, and of course the opening guide. Thanks.